All right, so welcome everyone. In this video, we are going to cover the mock test for CompTIA Security Plus exam. Okay, it's going really cool, guys. This is the fourth video of the series. The topic is on network attacks. We are going to cover network attacks modules. Total, we have 35 modules. Okay, and we are at fourth module now. Okay, so without taking much time, let's get started. And I'm sorry, let me introduce you to Jamin again. Jamin, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Sure, sure. Thank you. Let's get started, guys. All right, so let me share my screen quickly. Here we go. All right, so I guess everyone can see the screen. Let me make it better so that, yeah, I think this looks good. Yeah. So, as you can see, we are on network attacks now. Okay, so all the questions will be related to network attacks. We'll be going through Pearson View exam test. Okay, the official Pearson View exam test. Um, let's begin with the very first question. The first question is, what has occurred when a user's device get gets paired with an attacker's device, and the user's device makes its data available for unauthorized access, modification, or deletion? Okay. All right. So uh, to answer this question, just look at some key important keywords. Okay, this is talking about paired. Okay, it's talking about pairing, paired device, and everything, and unauthorized access of the data. Uh, evil twin, and rogue access points are related to the Wi-Fi. Okay, and blue snurfing and blue jacking is related to Bluetooth, right, Jamin?
Absolutely.
So
So,
I think we have to choose. Our answer should be either B
blue
or
jacking, blue
D, right?
snapping.
Blue
So,
jacking
is related to
is a Bluetooth related attack where you get unauthorized data,
VPN.
right? Unauthorized photo data, unsolicited data, right? I think the answer should be blue snurfing, right? What do you
Right.
say?
Yes, correct.
Wow, perfect. The answer is written. The explanation is also there. When the when paired with an attacker device, a user device makes the data available for unauthorized access, deletion, which is more aggressive attack than blue checking. All right, let's go to the next question. An attacker sends the authentication frame to a wireless access point from a spoofed user's MAC address. The attacker's goal is to deny service between the user and the access point, and then get the user to connect to an evil twin, so the attacker can capture the user's packet and credentials. What type of attack is this? A de-authentication attack is an attack where the attacker can connect a wireless adapter, and that it will start sending the de-authentication frame, so that all the user and all the Wi-Fi devices, the wireless devices, get disconnected, and they will try to reconnect it again and again. And but till the time you keep sending the deauth frame, your connection will be the users will be disconnected. And then then further it says the attacker can create a fake SSID, fake access point, so that user can connect to them. This kind of attack lead to a deassociation from their existing Wi-Fi and connect to an malicious Wi-Fi access point, like attacker access point. Okay. This technique is called twin it's called evil twin, the second technique which I said, where you create a fake SSID. But this entire process is called as the association attack, right? So Jamin, I think this should be the right answer, correct?
Yes, that's correct.
Because jamming is related to sending a jamming signal throughout that area, NFC and RFID won't be applicable because this is
They
related to
are,
wireless access point. Correct?
they are very short. Yeah.
Perfect. That's the right answer. Next, go to the wireless users in your company are unable to connect to a wireless access point. You suspect that the wireless signals are being blocked. Which of the following attack types is this? For sure, jamming.
No, we just now come,
Jamming. Sound very familiar, isn't it?
but I am
It's
not
okay.
jamming anything.
Okay, what type of attack is taking place in this illustration? Attacker, command and control, a lot of bots targeting to a victim. This kind of attack scenario is called as denial of service attack or distributed denial of service attack, where there's overwhelm fake traffic coming in and targeting to a victim server so that the genuine user will not get served. Okay, in this case the botnet, an army of bots are used and they are controlled by the attacker. So I think DDoS attack, right, Jamin?
Yes, definitely. If you can,
Let's Okay, Mary, a security analyst, wants to mitigate ARP poisoning on a small network. How can she do this? Well, first we need to understand what is ARP is basically address resolution protocol. So, is this protocol is used in the Ethernet LAN network to get the MAC address against the IP address. Okay, so if let's say this is the first time you open up the computer, you want to talk to any machine, you need four things. Okay, you need source IP, destination IP address, you need source MAC address, destination MAC address. Usually the first three factors points will fields will be available. What you won't be having is the destination MAC address. So in order to get the destination MAC address, the computer sends the ARP broadcast and you get that, right? An attacker can poison this R packet by inserting their by sending by replying with their own MAC address. So that's becomes the R poisoning. So in order how can she do that is by is simply by using a static or script based mapping of IP address and ARP table, so that user will the victim will get the MAC address of the attacker, right? So I think this should be the right answer. Yep, perfect. Okay, what characteristics should an initialization vector have in order to mitigate an IV attack? What do you say, Jamin? I mean, an initialization vector is used for cracking the Wi-Fi password, right?
right,
So I think the more is better in that case because it's like a sample, correct?
correct.
So
And
what do you think should be the right answer?
so it, so as you said, it definitely should be long enough. So I will discard the short one,
Okay,
and rest of
and
the
it
thing.
should be unique as well, right? Yeah,
Right. So
short shouldn't be there,
short
so
not be
the
there.
rest we have only three options.
Yeah.
Correct, yeah. Perfect, that's a great one. Yeah, Marilyn has set up a fraudulent wireless access point in an effort to eavesdrop on a competitor customer database. What type of attack is she conducting? So when you set up a fraudulent wireless access point in efforts to eavesdrop means you're listening, spoofing something, right? You're listening something. It's like a uh, you are listening, you are getting unauthorized access by fraudulent access point, so that becomes um, what do you what do you say, Jimin? I think it should be
Able to win
evil twin, right?
because we are talking about over here some fake
Access
wireless.
point,
Yeah.
right, perfect. All right, Vanessa needs to be familiar with various management and development scripting language because she knows that they can be used as a part of malware. Which of the following is a command line scripting language from Microsoft. Remember, from Microsoft, that she can use for task automation and configuration management. I think that should be PowerShell. Number one,
Yes.
it's Microsoft based. Second, it is used for many automation scripting. Bash is Linux. Python is also standard. So yeah, that should be the right answer. What type of attack exploits the binding between port and MAC address? Um, Jamin, any thought? What do you think?
Well, see, domain hijacking is not possible because it's related to domain. MITB is the man in the browser, so that is
Okay.
also not possible. So we have only two options: buffer overflow or port stealing.
Yeah, so
So
this port stealing sounds very familiar. So
yeah,
it works best with the port and MAC address binding, correct? So I think this should be the right answer. Awesome.
yes.
An attacker places a network tap between the target and the network the target is trying to communicate with. What has occurred? So, network tap basically takes the sample of the data going on the wire, right? So, although it is a port mirroring, it's an activity, it's done by the network admin, but because it is an attacker, so this becomes a man in the middle attack. Because at then the attacker will take that copy of the data and then might modify some data and send it across. Correct. So I think yeah, perfect. All right. Which of the following provides useful threat intelligence that helps an organization understand its own domain and also protect against external malicious domain? What do you say, Jimin? I
Well,
think
it's related to domain. So definitely, third option should be not there because it's a URL redirection.
correct.
Okay, so let's discard all of the options that are
Yeah,
not possible.
URL redirection is not information because this is related to redirection. It's a just a regular IT browser activity, domain related activity. In this case, we are talking about threat intelligence of
So it's
websites or domains, malicious domain. So
so
we need to have a data about which domain is having is bad, which is good. The scoring system for every website, right? Because based on if that domain has been used for any hacking activity, any attack and threat campaign or something, every domain can be given you know a value, a security or risk value, a malicious score, right? So based on this, we need a kind of a solution where we can get a real time information of every domain, right? So I
so
think domain
domain,
reputation monitoring should be the good threat intelligence information, isn't it?
right? Correct.
Perfect. Okay, which of the following are considered layer 2 attacks? Well, we have to select three, so we just have to select what we just have to ignore or remove what is irrelevant, right? That should be the easiest way. Correct. Um malicious script execution, I don't think this should be the valid because ARP is layer 2 information. Mac spoofing is the layer 2
Also
information.
related. Port also
Port
related.
stealing is about binding with port and MAC address, right? So these three should be the right answer. Perfect. We are so cool, bro, isn't it?
Yeah.
A new security apprentice asks you what a rogue access point is and what it does. How might you respond? Well, of course, because a rogue access point is the unauthorized device in the network, right? So
Yeah. So
an
second option
hacker
is
could place, or any unwanted person could place, or it's a neighboring device, maybe anything, right? So if we have to answer twos, then of course unauthorized device should be the right answer, and a perform man in the middle attack referred to the. Evil twin. I think this should be the right answer because um, this is the feature of firewall. It does packet filtering and it does stateful inspection. These are the firewall feature, right? Perfect. Which of the following is a Trojan that infect web browser components such as browser plugins and is particularly dangerous because everything occurs at the application level on the user system? Well,
Well,
what do you say?
we just now talk about the MITB, which is a man in the browser.
Right. So, yep. Perfect. Because this is related to browser, right? Perfect. Aisha is receiving unsolicited photos and messages on her Bluetooth enabled device. What is she the victim of? Um, because this is related to Bluetooth, then either it is B or C. We talked about blue snurfing, which was related to getting access, unauthorized
I know,
access.
file access.
Blue jacking is related to sending unsolicited or receiving unsolicited information of photos, files, videos, and everything, right? All right. So yeah, that's cool. Okay, what has occurred when an entire domain is taken over without the original owner's knowledge or consent? Of course, very relevant domain hijacking. Correct.
Yes, correct.
Rest everything is related to access point. This is related to layer 2 attack. This is related to DNS. Right. Perfect. Which of the following are true statements regarding PowerShell and Python? First of all, you should know basics. PowerShell is Microsoft first programming language, and Python is standard. Okay, then let's look at each of option. PowerShell is a command line shell and scripting interface in Microsoft. PowerShell, perfect. This is the extension. This is Windows machine. That's perfect. Correct. Python is general purpose a programming language available on Linux distribution and the file extension is py. This is also correct. PowerShell is general purpose. No, it's not general purpose programming language on available on Linux. Not at all. Python is the command line script available on Microsoft. No, not at all. Okay. Python ends the file format ends with the extension is .py. So these are the only right answer. Perfect. The final question: what type of attack originates from multiple systems simultaneously instead of from a single system? What do you say, Jamin?
It's very simple. DDoS, army of bots.
DDoS.
Yeah, army of bots that
DDoS.
can
Yeah,
overwhelm
there
and
could be a doubt for many people: is it DOS or DDoS? But remember, if it's
multiple.
attack, denial of service, if it's just sending a lot of data to the victim machine, then it's dots. But in the current situation, I don't think any attacker launch any dos. When the attack is launched from multiple bots or the army of bots, and then targeting on a single victim, that becomes a distributed denial of service attack. All right, so perfect. All right. So thank you so much, everyone, for staying with us till then. And let me know if you have any question about any Q&A that we have covered. Um, please subscribe the channel because this will keep us motivated, and press the bell icon so that you get notified the moment we